All right, let's get to the drama of the day. Everybody, we have drama. And this one's kind of a big deal. Essentially, I'm going to start from the top here. During the raid race this past week, someone internally at Bungie started giving information about encounters and mechanics to certain raid teams. I'm not sure which raid teams. I'm not sure what the information was, but it's not a good look. Let's start from the top though, and hopefully this is going in the order that it should be going into. This was posted a few days ago from Gigs. I definitely think the rule should be no Bungie dev influence until contest is over. I just think getting strategies from people who have been limit testing the raid for a long period of time kind of ruins the contest experience. So essentially, the information wasn't given so it was given after Sultan M1. So it was given after the raid race was complete. Okay, let me give it to you. Like, imagine Les was at Bungie right now and he was a playtester, right? And he's sitting there watching me put my dick in a blender for 12 hours straight. At some point, Les is gonna be like, brother, just fucking do this or do that. You know what I mean? Stop doing this. You're throwing substantially in this way. And I think that's kind of what ended up happening. But this is unfolded into a couple of things. From T1 Con right here. I was going to take a few days off the internet, but I feel like it's important to comment on the Bravo situation. Bravo didn't deserve to be fired. If he was, and he probably was, and should be reprimanded instead. Ultimately, he made an incredibly stupid as fuck decision, and I'm not surprised at the result given how strict Bungie is with NDAs, which he did break if he gave information to a team before World's First was announced. That said, Bungie is already low on QA people. If you enjoyed the past few contest experience, you should shoot yourself in the foot if you celebrate this. We deal with enough bugs as it is, and we need more knowledgeable in-game PvE players at Bungie, not less. Also, if you or a friend of yours is in the contest or in-game PvE world looking to have a potential job at Bungie, realize how much more skeptical they've become and how unlikely it's become from this situation. Well, I don't know about that. I think it's pretty black and white on this, guys. I think it's pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're working inside at Bungie, you probably just don't need to. Oh my God. Y'all remember Holtzman years ago? Y'all remember Holtzman? Well, Holtz was, dude, he was making all kinds of, he used to do for Planet Destiny. He used to make all kinds of content for Destiny. But the moment he crossed over the veil, whatever, and he was now inside at Bungie. You know, I tried, man. I tried to break that man. I was like, hey, what's happening? Still working on it. Huh? Destiny 3? What's Marathon look like? And man, my guy didn't say shit. You hear me? He didn't say shit. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm coming from? Now, yes, current rules need to be updated so Bungie employees only take part in the race after a certain amount of time after the race, and only for teams that they are on themselves during a fresh run. Unfortunately, the rest of the day one was affected by the knowledge that was leaked, and how well teams did came down to access to that information to some degree. Also, I see other witch hunting happening. Quit it, grow up, and shut the fuck up. Leave Bungie employees, dev testers alone. They have it hard enough as it is. In any case, sorry for the long post. Wanted to share thoughts. Last post from me for a while, hopefully. I'm taking a short break from the internet now. Take care. Be back soon. I don't know if Bungie's clearly laid out the rules for this, but to me, it seems like this. You work at Bungie, you cannot actively partake in a day one race. I know that sucks, because if you're a QA tester at Bungie, you're like, bro, I just want my emblem. And now you're sitting there and you're like, you're telling me I can't get an emblem just because I work at Bungie? Ah, man, it's so tough, dude. It's so tough. I don't know. What do we tell them? Well, they obviously can't compete for World's First. It's like insider trading, though. Yes, that's a great point. It's like insider trading. Paycheck is greater than an emblem? Yeah, but we don't know how much Bungie's paying, brother. You know what I'm saying? If I was a tester, I would tell Cross all the wrong answers during the raid. That'd be about right. That'd be right. I just feel like they should, it's just part of the job. They remove themselves from the race entirely, from contest entirely, talk to no one, speak to no one. I mean, I know it sucks, but that's the only way I could see it going. You know what I'm coming from? So just to give you some more context here, Parabellum was the first team that took out the Witness. Brave, who is one of the QA testers at Bungie and is one of the people that helped in the design for DP and DP Epic, was Bravo here, who also got let go. Did I say Brave? Excuse me. Bravo, excuse me. Bravo, who was a World First, and I actually really like this, by the way. I think that World First winners should be offered a job at Bungie. Absolutely. They get in there and they play test it. Now, let me just say this. This is also why I think that DP was so fucking hard. Because think about it. If you can't participate in the day one race, brother, if you gave me the keys, I'm going to make that bitch impossible. You hear me? You gave me the keys and I have to watch Les play the raid without me. I'm going to make that shit impossible, dude. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna hate life. You're gonna hate your team, yourself, everything, brother. I'm gonna make it ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that's what these guys did, but you can't tell me they weren't sitting there with a bowl of popcorn going, ah, yeah, dude, we fucking cooked that shit. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee I would watch all 48 hours. I guess at some point during this process, Bravo here, well, I guess he may have grown a heart and decided that he needed to impart some wisdom on a fire team or two. But you can see where that becomes a problem, right? You can see where that's an issue. Now, this got brought up because he has been let go from Calico here. I think they fired the newly hired Bungie QA tester who was apparently leaking raid mechanics to his friends after World's First was finished, which is a crazy sentence and totally unsurprising in the current landscape. No longer has Bungie affiliations or QA in their bios. When Calico continues, he is fired indeed. I hid name to avoid harassment towards this individual initially, but yes, he broke NDA and leaked raid mechanics to his clan friends so he get a better placement. Was it? I mean, look, I'm not sitting there. Let me just play devil's advocate. I just think like if Les was inside right now and he was at Bungie and he saw me doing the stupidest shit, like what was the leak like? Was it like, hey, this is the entire raid mechanic for this final encounter? Or was it like, hey, yeah, that buff, stop doing that stupid shit. Quit walking on that buff right there. You know what I mean? Or like, imagine if I like a final encounter, we never knew that we had to kill the Cyclops to get out of the portal. You know what I'm coming from? And for like 6-7 hours, you're just watching us just like wandering around. Just like, I don't know the fuck to do. You know what I'm coming from? And at some point, Les is just like, dude, Cyclops. He just said one word, Cyclops. And we go, oh, Cyclops. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it can't be done though. It can't be done. It's like what is some jobs or some professions out there that once you enter the sanctity of that, you can no longer partake in the rest of the world. You become a politician, you can't do inside trading. It's like how a sports person can't gamble on games. Yeah, that's some illegal shit, man. That's some illegal shit. This is rough, though, dude. This is rough. The people celebrating Bravo losing his job because he affected their stupid-ass raid report numbers are the same people who were positively impacted by him working at Bungie. If you enjoyed either of the last contest experiences, you shouldn't be celebrating. Okay, I will say this. I don't think anyone is celebrating anyone losing their job. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's pretty black and white here, guys. You cannot. I mean, it's any gaming studio. If there is some sort of contest taking place, you cannot leak information, even if it's after World's First completion. All right, so from Niwo here. I don't think it's a hot take to say this. Bungie rad playtesters should not be teaching team raid mechanics on day one, especially when, number one, those raid mechanics are unsolved. Number two, not even 5 teams have cleared the raid. Have some shame. I would say yes. That's how it should be, guys. If you work, and look, I've got friends that have gone on to work in the industry, and I gotta say, man, every fucking one of them unfortunately has integrity, and I have not been able to break any of them. I can't tell you how many times it would be, and I try to hit them from all angles. You know what I mean? Late night gaming together, couple drinks, hanging out, maybe getting some dinner or a bite. You know what I'm coming from? And I'm always like, hey, what y'all working on? You know what I'm coming from? And all they talk about is shit I already know. And I'm like, I don't want to know that. The hell is this gummy bear shit from Bungie? Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be, man. You work in the industry. You just got to be tight-lipped about shit. I will say this. Does anybody know exactly what was leaked? It's all bad. It's all bad. Cross the sign of paper on my job that says I can't speak to anyone about what I saw, and I tell people I saw what I saw. I'm then fired on the spot. Yeah, man. Yeah. Look, man, we got blacklisted from Bungie, guys. We really did. I talked about a few years ago with the Beyond Light situation. I talked about sunsetting, and because my understanding of the paperwork that I signed was you could talk about it after it comes out. And it turns out that's not how that works. You're actually supposed to not talk about it at all. So anyways, yeah, we got blacklisted. And look, this is not me saying that Bravo here is in the clear, you know? Maybe in his mind, he twisted it and thought, it's okay to talk about this once World First is completed. The mechanic that was taught was how to correctly extend Korgo's mini damage phase, top 5 teams brute force, and the rest then use that new information. Oh, shit. That's not good. That's not good, boys. Listen, if you do plan on working anywhere in gaming and even Bungie, it's best to just say goodbye to your friends. Make new friends. That's just my suggestion. Well, look, all I'm saying is, as someone who has been blacklisted before, I do believe in second chances, all right? And so the gent that lost his job laid out there that you made the mistake, and then perhaps you'll be able to get back. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Parabellum, we can't extend damage phase. Ah, my lord. This fucking community, man. I swear, dude.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.